Do you like big things? I like big things. Do you like big monsters? That's my second favorite thing. Welcome to the Monster Zone.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Monster Zone, where we talk about the classic and not so classic monster movies from the past. And who do I mean by we? Of course, I mean wherever he's at, Mr. Parker.
Hello,
Mr. Mikey.
Hey, that's all I got.
Angela. That's fine. It works.
Wait, you said my name?
Wife, Angela.
I was just about to say she has a name.
You got
this
demoted.
I have a name.
Time.
Well, that'd be nice.
Whoa!
And of course, I'm Dan. And today, we're going to talk about, I think, a very special movie to me in like the past, and I know Mikey has some tie to it as well. And but before that, softball question: what have you guys been doing that's not podcast related?
Go ahead, Mike.
What's something you've done that's not podcast?
Oh, me, I get to go first. Okay.
Yeah, you go, Mike. Go ahead. Dude. Good.
Horrendous dental surgery. Got that going. Got some fun little fake teeth in my mouth at the moment, so I might sound funny. Can't say certain syllables well. Hopefully that'll be fixed for too long. A lot of manual labor, as you do. And
you just call it masturbating, but you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I want to be subtle about it. We're PG-13, right?
No, absolutely not. Go ahead, Mikey. I'm sorry.
I saw everybody enjoying the new remaster of The Elder Scrolls 4, and I cannot afford it, so I've been playing the original Oblivion again, and it is still fucking awesome. That's about it for me.
What have I been doing? Yeah, slowly trying to get my yards cleaned up since it's now warm and no more snow and cold and all that. But of course, we record on Saturdays. And I was like, oh, man, I can't wait to mow my lawn for the first time. I can't wait to clean it. And it's just raining all day today. So it's like, well, I'm not doing that. So
that happened to us, too.
That sucks.
I have to do that tomorrow instead. I mean, I talked about it on one of the episodes. I don't know. We record things out of order and early. So I saw Sinners. Really good movie. You guys, I think, I told you guys before. You guys already heard me talk about it, but I figured I'd mention it on this show because maybe some people don't even listen to the other show. So I'll mention it here.
Yeah.
Sinners, really good movie. My favorite movie of the year so far. I just think it's almost perfect in every single aspect of filmmaking, and I highly recommend. I mean, by the time you guys hear this, it may not be in theaters anymore, but when it does come to physical or digital or whatever, check it out. Seriously, it's worth the money to watch.
I feel like a month or two later. So
yeah. I also watched The Bondsman, which was a show with Kevin Bacon that just came out.
Ooh.
Or at least by this time, it's not that new.
Yeah, he's
but
great.
It's a cool little like 35-minute per episode thing where he like the premise of the show is he's a bondsman, like a bail bonds guy. He gets killed and then he gets brought back to life as like a servant of the devil, and he has to pretty much hunt demons as his job now.
But that took a twist.
Yeah. And it's like I said, like it's like a per episode he's killing a demon in every episode, a different demon in every episode, and then it kind of culminates to the final showdown. But I enjoyed it. It was a good little easy, like I wake up early in the morning before work and I get on my exercise bike, and it's something short I can kind of get through. I've been watching Abbott Elementary to kind of as my just quick early morning show. It's one of those like The Office type shows, but it takes place in an elementary school. So it's something quick and easy. So all those things I recommend for people to watch. But other than that, it's just normal kids dealing with kids and family and all that fun stuff, and doing all the Dissect That Film stuff. So,
wife?
Only thing I've been doing is nothing.
Nothing at all.
That's a way to be.
Working and then coming home. I have been rewatching The Handmaid's Tale, but that's about all I watched.
I just watched the first episode of the newest season because I can't do what Angela's doing. It takes too much time to go through the entire series again. But yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it that much, so I have to go back and watch it again.
No, I feel yeah.
Heck yeah.
I looked it up. It was like 2.5 years since the prior season. I was like, this got to stop. We gotta stop
Time
Yeah.
jump.
this.
Yeah, because I was like, when is the next season going to come out? And I'm like, come on.
It's like Stranger
motherfuckers
Things.
been
It's gonna be
watching
like
too much
5-6
anime.
years. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is that the time gap between the 2 seasons?
It's gonna be. I mean, it's
It's-
supposed to come out this year. I think it's like 2019.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
Damn,
It feels
Those
like
kids are like 35 now. Those kids are like not children anymore.
it's been a very long
Yeah, I know.
time since season 4. So.
We could de-age them. We have the technology.
No, do not de-age a 25-year-old person. That's just dumb.
No. Well, they use it for stupider situations. Like, hey, we
That's
use real
true.
blood here, but let's just CG it because it'll look okay.
It's like no,
Instead of just
practical blood.
spraying
And then
blood
it just-
on
then
something.
it doesn't.
Ooh.
I want to be.
It looks
If
like
I'm an
shit.
actor, I want to be covered in fake blood. All right.
You
Hell
could-
yeah.
Listen, when somebody gets stabbed and they spray blood and they just CG it, you cannot tell me it costs more money to just, all right, there's your blood. But no, we're going to CG it. There's no way the blood costs more money than the CG one does. I
No.
refuse to
You just need
believe
a
it.
sprayer and some corn syrup. It's fine.
Yeah,
You can
that's
afford
it.
that.
Yep. And I swear, I think they just do it to do it. It's like, never mind. I'm not getting into it. Anyhow, is that all you got?
Yeah.
Cool. Because we're not doing that rant today. As for me, I probably talked about some of this on last week's, but I'm going to talk about it again. Of course, I've been doing stuff for this podcast and then for my own podcast, which is neither here nor there. But I did play. We did go on that really big hike that I think we talked about last week.
Mhm.
Walked up to. Don't give me that. Ramsey's Cascade. It's about a 4-mile hike. We were not prepared for. We thought we were ready. We were not ready for it. Hurt like a bitch for like 4 days. But because I walk a lot at work, entirely different thing. But
You
I thought I
don't
had it. We
constantly
did.
walk up steps.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
did
true.
conclude. We did finish the whole thing, and it was beautiful up there. And yeah, it's the largest. I think it's the largest falls in this area, the Appalachians, the largest waterfall. I think. Because Appalachians aren't that. They're one of the oldest mountain ranges in the world. It's really worn down. It's not like other mountain ranges.
Is it Appalachian or Appalachian?
It's Appalachian.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always said
It's
Latin. Yeah.
apples.
Yeah, you have to say
I mean,
it.
growing
Say
up-
it correctly.
You're right.
Yeah, growing up where I grew up, I still live where I grew up. It was always the Appalachian trail because we have the trail that
Yep.
goes through where I live, and
Yeah, it goes all
but
the way
that's
down
where
here.
that's where what everyone said. And then
'Cause
when
you
I met
Yankees say
people
it
who
wrong.
were
They were here first. The Yankees had the
we're
thing
like the first state. We're like one of the first states.
Kidding. Gosh.
That's true.
They're
No, but
ganging
the-
up on us Appalachians, man. I don't think we got to get out of here.
I mean, listen,
I'm
I
just-
will
no,
say,
I'm just saying it's
I know that
true.
people get upset with the way you say it, so I just wanted to make sure I had the right.
Oh no, I
pronunciation
don't.
of it.
Anybody who pretends to be upset about that is lying. They're just doing it for attention. Nobody actually cares.
I think so.
I don't know. I don't care because everything is
Yeah.
said different.
Yeah,
I'm just giving a
exactly.
shit.
But I did that, and then of course I went and tried out the new Gundam card game with my son, and it was super fun. He got second. I got third. Didn't really win anything. It's just like a demo day to go and play, but it was good. We still had to sweat a little bit. Try, have some fun, and then I think that's it for the most part. Just playing cards and trying to play more arena because I don't touch that Magic the Gathering arena because I love playing cards, like physical cards, but digital card games just bother me because I like to touch things.
It's not the same. Yeah.
It's not. It's like comic books to digital books. I like physical comic books. I like to touch what I'm reading.
I played the Pokemon
Anyway.
digital game for a bit when I was
Yeah.
actually doing pack openings because you could scan
Yeah.
codes and get digital packs.
Mm.
And I played, but it just seems like it's like they're just taking your hand and it's like, we'll show you. Like if you just click on a card, we'll put it exactly where it needs to go. And it's like,
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's easy for a dumbass like me, but I kind of want to because I used to play Pokemon like way back in the day, like with cards. Now it's like I don't care. But I get what
Well,
you're
the best thing about-
coming from.
The best thing about arena is you can play if you don't have people around. Like it's
Right,
like there's
right,
no
right,
you have
right.
nobody around or people are busy or whatever. Because I don't always have a lot of time to just sit down and play with people. But it's a good tool to learn. If you've never played before Magic, if you have any curiosity about it, just like go download the app, play the tutorial thing, and that'll give you the
It
gist of how you.
confuses me because I still don't know all the steps.
There are so many rules. Magic the Gathering is
It's
the
complicated.
most complex game ever made.
Oh, I just assumed
period.
it was Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh just got a lot of text. Yu-Gi-Oh just doesn't know how to use keywords and condensing their sentences. They
Watching
could,
that guy play like 7 cards in one round, he's like, "Oh, I win." Like,
Well, I could do that in Magic.
it was his first go though.
That's true. You
I was
could do
like,
it in
what the
Magic with the
heck?
right card. Just loop the shit. But
Yeah.
most people don't play that way. I like to play and have fun. I don't like playing solitaire.
You don't want
Anyway,
to slaughter somebody.
Yeah.
no. I'd like to have a good time. The bullshit's later. Anyway,
Mhm.
that's all I've been doing. So today we're going to talk about I think Korea's first giant monster movie is 1967's Yongary. I have a little bit of a history of when I first started doing review shows 16 or so years ago. Actually, in October, I think it'll be 17 years ago. It was just the year after our son was born. He was right about 1 year old. I started making a review show long time ago. All angry video game nerd, so on and so forth. Not the angry video game nerd himself, but James Rolfe's movie reviews.
Oh, the Cinemassacre and like the
Cinemassacre
Monster Madness type stuff.
Yes, like to a T is like how I buy it. And it is on the internet still. And Parker said he's going to link it. The video's fucking awful. It was my first time ever making a video, but I learned a lot from that first one. There's like no audio in the video clips and stuff. But anyway, long time ago. But I did learn a lot from it. And it's just been always kind of an important movie. But that's what we're going to talk about today. And I think Parker's probably the only one that hasn't seen this movie before.
Nope.
That was the first time watch for you,
Like the
Parker?
majority of the movies we cover on the show, yes, this was a first time watch. I remember hearing about it from, actually, I think Mikey might have been the first person to mention it. I don't know if we were talking. I don't know if we were talking.
I'll take credit.
I think you might have posted something on like Twitter about it, and I don't know. Someone we were in conversation about like Godzilla like movies, and of course this is one that came up. And then, of course, it came up during our 8th episode for a reason which we will talk about at the end of the episode.
Yes.
What could that mean? I wonder.
But yeah, this is my first time watch, and I don't really want to get into too many details until we get into the plot. So
that's fair. Well, Mikey, what about you? You have some kind of history with this show, as you've alluded to.
Yeah, it's just a weird history. It's one of those, I don't remember the first time I watched it. It's just kind of always existed. I don't think MST3K didn't cover it, did they, back in the day? Okay, so that's not where it was.
Fair. Okay, I didn't even know they hadn't.
Yeah, it feels like one that they would, huh? I have no idea where it manifested from, but I've just seen it a million times. I never looked into it, never like sought it out. It just was there, just constantly. And it's, I think it was the first non-Japanese like big giant monster thingy I ever saw, so it was kind of formative in that way. But there is a little bit of DNA that I'll want to talk about with the Japanese side of things. But it's just always been there. It's a comforting film, nice and simple.
Sorry.
What happened?
It was an MST3K episode in season 11, one of the Netflix episodes.
Oh, then no, that's not where it was then.
Okay.
Interesting. So they got to it.
I'm kind of mad that I didn't watch that version, but I will check it out now.
You could have checked that out. Well, you saved me though, because I ran out of stuff to say, so you can just transition from there.
Sorry, when I see something that we had just talked about, my Audible. Sometimes I can't catch my Audible responses.
Perfect. That works for me. That was great.
No, you're good. And I know, wife. What about you?
The first time we watched it was probably when you did your recording for it, because we watched it and I remember it being really grainy.
Yes, and
The first one we watched, and I think it was just a DVD.
It was. Yep, I had the old
probably
Alpha video.
I was gonna say, it's this one here. Yeah,
that's one I had. Yep.
I was gonna ask about.
As soon
that
as you
later.
said grainy, I went, that's the one I have.
Because we watched it in our computer because our TV was being a little shit.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was.
But we watched the Blu-ray this time, and so clear.
Looks great.
Well, I'll have to rebuy it then, because I had an experience with this, with obtaining this movie. The majority, and I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people get upset with, they're against Amazon and all that stuff, and it's like, yeah, but that's the easiest way to find movies. It really is. And I usually go to Amazon and I'll type in whatever movie we're covering, and my results pop up. And if it's expensive, I'll usually just revert down to the DVD version of a movie, especially if most of the time these monster movies, I've never seen them before. And there was a double pack. It was Yongary, and then there was a movie called Conga.
Oh, yeah, Conga TNT?
No, it's just called Conga.
No, just Conga.
Just Conga.
And I was like, okay, that's cool, because I'm guessing at some point, if the show lasts that long, that this movie will probably be covered on the show at some point. So why not have this double pack? I get it. And I open it up and the DVD looks a little weird. I was like, "Oh, this doesn't look good." It had like this cloudiness to it, like a black, like
Oh,
it looked like ink running on the disc, and it was a double-sided disc instead of it being 2.
Oh yeah, I remember you were
hate
talking
those.
about this.
And so I'm like, I feel like it's not gonna work. I stick it in my PS4. It doesn't work. I flip it over, stick it in, tells me it can't read it. Then I went put it in my PS5, did the same thing. I was like, son of a bitch. And of course, I went back to Amazon to do the return, and then I was just gonna buy the same one again, and they didn't have any left, so I had to buy. This was the only one I could find. I couldn't find a Blu-ray for it.
It may be out of print. I'm not sure.
It
It's
was
from
done by
Kino
Kino
Lorber.
Lorbo in 2016. So, yeah. So that's my story of how I obtained this movie.
My recollection is when we were talking about this, I don't remember why I picked this movie because I don't think I'd ever seen this movie before I did that first episode. I just know I've heard of it.
Yes.
But
Just
that's
to
it.
point out, the Blu-ray is going for like $200 on eBay. So yeah, I guess the Blu-ray
Oh
is out
yeah.
print.
So yeah, definitely.
Shit.
If you can find the Kino Lorber DVD, it is really nice. Like I've got it playing in the background right now, and my CRT is a little oversaturated, so it is making it look
weird.
extra pretty. But it looks really nice, just on standard definition. So if you can't afford the Blu-ray, if you could find the Kino Lorber one, the DVD, it's good. Probably better than the Alpha one.
MST3K version is $9.
Oh yeah, yeah. There
You go. Get better quality, I assume. I don't know what print
Presumably.
they used.
Yeah, well, that's the question.
Well, yeah, you can buy this in different ways. There's actually a double pack you could get with Monster from a prehistoric
planet.
but it's going for
Yeah,
Gappa, that's right.
$70.
Yeah, my man Gappa.
eBay.
Gappa's all about fucking them bitches, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's where babies
So.
come from.
Little baby Gappas.
Yep, I do. We'll cover that movie. I think it's on the wheel.
I want to see Baby Gappa and Minya hang out, dude. They'd be best buddies. They're just so weird looking.
Dude, actually, there's a movie I want to talk about in this that you just said something to me that made me remember it, but hopefully I still have a good DVD of it. Yeah, it's an obscure Japanese movie. But if that's everything, are you guys ready to talk about Yongary? Yeah. There was, we should mention there was a remake of this movie.
Oh, that's what we're going to talk about it here. Okay.
Well, just real brief, just mentioning. I don't want to get into it because it needs its own episode. I don't like doubling.
It does.
But it was called Reptilian in the States. It was released and marketed along the side of the after '98 Godzilla to kind of ride its coattails. I remember seeing it. My mom bought me the VHS or whatever the fuck it came out on back in the day, and I watched it, and it didn't do anything for me. It reminded me of that old TV giant monster movie. It was called like Gargantua or something like that, or Gargantuan. You know what I'm talking about?
That
when
one.
They pull the thing out
giant
of the
hairy
ocean.
Creature?
No, it's like a big lizard kind of guy.
That's
War of the Gargantua was.
Yeah, so there's a different one, an English one. It was a TV film. What Mikey's talking about.
Okay. And it also kind of had the Godzilla 98 kind of iconography on like the tape and stuff too.
Okay, that's what I've seen before. I've seen that. I think actually Mikey posted it in either the Discord or sent me something when we were talking about Godzilla 98, and I was like, "Hey, you want to see this poster?" And it's literally the Godzilla 98 like font and everything, and it's like Reptilian. I was like, "Oh,
yeah, Reptilian is not subtle about it."
No, it isn't. But I just want to make mention of that. But if you guys are ready, we can talk about 1967's Yongary. But first, Parker, I think if you have any behind the scenes or actors you want to talk about.
Sure.
In this movie.
I'll make it quick. So it was directed by Kim Ki-duk, also written by Kim Ki-duk and Sao Yun-sung. It stars Oh Young-il as Il-woo, Kwang Ho Lee as Yo Young. So before I continue with the cast, this version of the movie is only English dub. There is you can't watch it in its, in the natural language. So their names are different in the English dub than what I'm saying here. So I actually don't know who any of these people are. Like, I don't know which one is which. I'm just going to say their names because they deserve to be mentioned. Nam Jung Im as Yo Suna, Lee Soon Jae as Yo Kwang Nam, Moon Kang as Kim Yu Ri, and Cho Young Min as he was the suit actor for Yongary.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I I didn't realize he was credited. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was released August 13th, 1967, ran at 80 minutes, which is always a beautiful thing. It was a collaborative effort between Korea and Japan, which is kind of crazy since Korea wasn't a big fan of Japan. So, but they wanted to kind of emulate the monster movies that Japan was putting out, especially, most famously Godzilla, especially since this is kind of a Korean version of Godzilla. And it had a budget of between 13 to 30 million. I don't know the currency in Korea, but
I actually
Double
don't
dollars.
either.
yeah.
Double dollars. The $60
Shout
billion
out to who I
double
gets that
dollar
reference.
movie.
There you go.
But yeah, there was it took like 3 months for the effects work to be done. It pretty much uses a lot of what the Japanese were doing for their kaiju films with like the pyrotechnics, the suit work, and all that. They actually had effects artists from Japan, from a certain studio in Japan, not Toho. There was another big studio in Japan that was making. It was like
that was what I
Toei or
wanted to bring
something?
up. I think
Do it.
Daiei,
Bring it up.
he did a lot. It was I'd never known this. I don't know if Parker was going to mention his name, so I'm sorry if I just cockblocked you on that one. But
Nope. You cut it.
every time I've watched this one, it gave me Gamera vibes.
Yes.
Because he looks like a Gamera monster. He's got the backlit like ping pong ball eyes and stuff. And it turns out
And the basic hinge mouth.
Yeah, the big flappy mouth, exactly.
Yeah.
And the little light up horn. It turns out Keizo Murase actually did the sculpt and design work for him. I'd never known that. And he worked on Gamera. He worked on Daimajin for Daiei, both of those for Daiei. He's worked with Toho on a bunch of Godzilla stuff, Mothra. He passed away last year, which is sad, but he had just finished up his directorial movie. I don't know if he directed much beyond it, but he did Brush of the God, which I think SRS is picking up.
Yeah, he did. He also did. Oh God,
Howl
Beyond the Fog.
Yeah, exactly that one. He did the suit work for Howl from Beyond the Fog. That was a beautiful fucking movie. That was a great showcase of his work. Yeah. But yeah, no, I had no idea he was involved.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
Speaking of Gamera, like that was kind of the biggest complaint when this movie came out, was that people were going, "This is kind of the same thing. It's the same movie."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and, it's definitely similar.
And you mentioned the fact that it kind of looks like a creature that would come from Gamera, and it looks like what's the one we've covered on the MonsterZone? Is it Barugan?
Barugan?
Yep. He kind of looks like
he does.
Barugan.
He does. More of a bipedal Barugan.
Yeah, which the public hasn't heard that episode yet, but we have covered that for Patreon, and so you guys will get it at some point.
Yeah, wait your fucking turn.
Movie. Yeah,
I love some Barugan. He's a good fellow.
He is.
Yeah, that's
he is a representative for LGBTQ.
Yes, he is. Most powerful ally.
Some pretty crazy facts. I guess the final film had 280 special effects cuts.
Oh wow.
It was like 5 cuts per day. They had 15,000 light bulbs were used for the miniature sets. With 2/3 of the available lighting equipment from studios in the country assembled for the film itself.
Jesus.
Hell yeah.
And it was actually one of the most popular Korean movies in the United States in 1967.
That makes sense.
And I guess, I mean, even at this point, the Korean War wasn't that far back.
No.
And so the country was still reeling from the war. I guess at one point, like Korea was like pretty much equal to like one of like the lowest like third world countries of Africa at that rate because of just how bad it was for them. But yeah, they I think it was like their top 5 most expensive movies over the last like 50 years have been monster movies.
One of which was the remake of Yongary, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they did D-Wars.
For the same director.
Yep.
But yeah.
That guy loves wasting money. Good for him. I hope he does it again.
You're really good at that. Please. You're really good at that. But yeah, there's a little bit of stuff here, but we'll talk about it when we get to those certain scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything you want to add? You're looking at me.
Oh, I was just going to say the Korean denomination is the won.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Oh, well, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you, dear. My grandpappy was in the Korean War. He never talked about it. I never heard anything about that one. I always heard about World War II stories, so I don't know. I don't know what that means anything. I'm just throwing it out there for random tidbit.
Actually,
except for all the ladies he slept with.
Well, no, that
ran into Yongary and got scared and didn't want to bring it up.
Well, he always brought up the cat houses when he was in World War II. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know about his Korean escapades, but I'm sure he probably has kids over there too. But
Do you guys want to know how much everything cost?
Please.
Right now?
Like for the making of.
No,
So
go ahead.
The suit actor, Cho Young Min, was paid I'm gonna say it in US dollars. Was paid $400 to play Yongary. The miniatures and models cost $20,000. There were 12 constructed sets that cost $27 million, and the suit, the Yongary suit, cost $5,000, with $2,000 being spent on gunpowder for pyrotechnics.
Hell yeah!
Money well spent.
Dang right. I mean, we all at least like the miniatures were good. I really liked the miniature work in this movie. Like going back and seeing it, like I don't know. Unfortunately, Parker didn't have the best quality, but it's really
it still looked. I mean,
work.
it wasn't horrific. I've seen worse. To be honest, that was it the Attack of the Leech People or whatever the hell movie we covered.
Yeah.
The remake of that looked way darker and worse than what I got here. So can't complain.
Fair enough.
Too much.
All right, are you guys ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
I did have a question about the budget. You might be able to answer, Parker.
Sure.
Did they tell you how much that little guy that Yongary like plucks off the ground and like flicks like a booger? How much did that guy cost? I want one of those.
Well, he must have been included in the miniature budget.
Oh, okay.
So the 20,000.
He's in there. Yeah. Okay, I'll accept that.
A couple $100.
He just rolled into it.
Yeah, he was part of the little people group that who made him. It's a little kid's toy. It's the little people.
Oh yeah,
those little guys. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Was it like no? Was it Play School?
He came with the model train.
Yeah.
All right. So now, without further ado, we're going to talk about 1967's Yongary. Monster from the Deep?
Yeah.
Is that the subtitle?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just have it marked as Yongary. I don't fucking know.
Or Godzilla in Germany.
Yes. Because it was tied with the Godzilla
Germans,
movies,
man.
And not a Frankenstein film like all the other Godzilla movies. Whatever.
Yep.
So we begin with this wonderful panel shot of outer space, and by that in the Blu-ray you can literally see all the individual panels in the background where it's painted over, it's the stars or they're illuminating through, and which you could see that in like the Godzilla movies. You can see like the very large panels they use in the background. So it's charm. It's part of the charm, dude. But it's just this real slow panning shot of the moon, and then Earth. And then the title card, and then we're slowly zooming in. Like they need to pad this movie out, which just was like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah,
something like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys in this. I don't remember most of people's names, so there's gonna be like I know two of them, and some other people are just gonna be like, "This is this. This is this." You know what you're getting here. The humans are not the most important until they devise the solution. And then it's Yongary doing his thing.
Hey guys, have you seen a Godzilla movie before? Have you seen a Gamera movie before? Yongary is those movies. It's just a different monster. It really is. We've covered movies like this before.
Especially these earlier ones, because when you get to when you start getting into 80s, 90s up Godzilla, like the characters, the movies I think get a little more consistent with their character writing, or at least the more interesting characters. But these earlier ones are just whatever. And I don't even know why we compare this feels. I know Godzilla is like the progenitor of all of these, but this is just a Gamera movie copy.
It's very Gamera.
I mean,
it feels like a fucking
anywhere
Gamera
you
movie
read, it's just people comparing this to Gamera,
which I understand because Gamera was booming at the time. Like, not that Godzilla wasn't doing all right, but
right.
Anyway, so we take shots of a couple being married. I don't know their names. They just get married and then they drive off.
Hey, at least the love story is already established. Okay, we're not in the middle of the monster movie, and they're like, "Hey, maybe we should go to dinner sometime." Like, get out of here.
We got an 8. Yeah, well, we got the married couple, but then the groom's brother, who is Elu, is his name. He's a scientist, and there's that one lady that's supposed to be with it, but she's a fucking pain in the ass, dude. She just rips on the dude all the damn time. And the dude's just trying to work and make $1 and do what he's got to do, and she just dumps on the dude. I'm like, is this our love story?
That's the thing about these monster movies from especially I think even the Asian monster movies of this time, is that they don't I don't feel like they write the women characters very well. Like at least
Oh.
with and you're not saying, well, I'm an American, so us Americans, right? No, I'm just stating that like we've watched monster movies where they actually make strong, compelling female characters in their monster, even like 50s and 60s monster movies. Like there are certain female characters that are like they're there and they actually do something and they actually stand up to the man who's just he's the smart one, but yet all he does is flirt with her the whole time. But she's just like, I'm trying to like stop this monster. Where like in the Asian ones, like when we've talked about Godzilla, we've talked about Gamera, and we've now talking about Yongary, they just don't write the female characters very compelling. They're just there to be like, no, honey, don't do it. Or they, like you said, they're just giving them shit like for no reason.
Nagging wives, dude. That's what
Which
they
he
are.
mentions
He's not
in the
nagging,
in the English
though.
dub. Are you just going to be a nagging wife?
Oh, well.
Well, not her, but just I just mean like general.
I was
Or
gonna
they're
say the
crying.
other girl, she's just standing there all the time like this, and then when dude that likes her goes to hug her later,
No, don't
she's like,
touch me.
"Oh, don't do that."
Like,
And it's like, come on.
make up your fucking mind, lady.
Yet she just wanted her husband to lay pipe because he's like in the chair.
I know, dude. So,
Yeah, the
so
married couple.
So the married couple
Yeah.
drives off and they get ambushed by some
Okay.
annoying ass fucking kid.
Which is related
Yeah.
to one of them.
yeah,
Dude, he's
he-
like
he
blasting them with fucking gamma rays. What was that thing? He's got the
It's like
little
the itchy
electric
ray.
cancer
It's
gun.
legit radiation. Like, oh, we've tested.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'll get to that joke here in a minute. But it's essentially like it gives them like I don't know chlamydia or something.
Radiation poisoning, which is causing
Literal
itching.
microwaves.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll bubble up later.
Yeah, that's right.
They're still cold on
Yeah,
the
he's
inside. It's
annoying.
fine.
Put a cream on it. It'll be all right.
Legit a
It's all
microwave.
it's all just oh damn it. I just blanked the fucking term. Superficial. It's all superficial. It's all
Also, where the
anyway,
Yeah.
like how did this kid get here? Like it seemed like they were on like a highway and this kid is like ahead of them.
He trekked.
Yeah, he's like,
hiking up
they're a
there.
long way away. And their driver does not know to stay in their fucking lane either. I was like, dude, where the lines are on the road? Like, what are you
He's
doing?
like, there's never
But you
anybody on this road. It's fine.
I already said to you that road is fake because the side of the road there's like rocks on
Yeah,
the
that's
road
true.
in the lane. I'm like,
Fair,
not how
fair.
that
Go
works.
down that
Fair.
road. You don't want to go down that
I'm
road.
assuming
You don't
like
wanna
he
go
got
down that
bored.
road.
He got bored during the wedding, left, got the cancer ray, and then like
That's just
laid
out.
an ambush. Like I'm gonna get them fuckers.
Just sitting
Yeah,
on a
he's just-
desk.
Able to go by himself.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Cancer ray, do not touch. He's like, of course. He
He's
just
like,
grabs it.
thank God I can't read yet.
Ah, this is in English. I can't read this. Just takes it. Anyway, so yeah, we already did the zap. And then the newlyweds in it back at their apartment, and you, Parker, referring to the plumbing work. He falls asleep on the couch.
She wanted to do the dirty.
She wants to
and he
get
was
dick down
asleep.
so
it's
bad.
so completely opposite
my
of what
God.
it's.
This dude's just
Progressive.
glad to get a day off. He's like, oh,
Also, what was in the sky? Like they're showing he's sitting on this balcony, right? And they're showing the night sky, which is clearly just a painted wall. And there's
Yeah.
this like cluster of shit in the middle. I'm like,
I
what
don't
was
remember.
that? I mean, the quality, like I said, the quality wasn't great. It was a VHS rip. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, what did somebody like
I
write
think when
something
they were scanning
missed
the
the
transfer for your copy, Parker, they probably like got a bug squished in there or something. 'cause I don't
yeah,
remember.
that makes sense. It was
probably
perfect
imperfection on
placement,
the
too.
film.
But
That
it
was supposed
wouldn't
to
be
look
the
like a
first time that we've
constellation or
seen
something.
bugs
Yeah.
like on the lens or
She's like, look up there, honey.
It's happened.
Look at that constellation. It's the constellation of getting dicked. Like that's what
Yep.
she's waiting for to happen. The signs are all pointing to it. She never got
It's like
it,
an
dude.
arrow, like aimed right at her.
Like,
Stick it in
"Hey,
her!"
I'm here.
But then he's like, all right, I'll do it, I guess,
I
begrudgingly. He's like, I didn't marry you for sex. I married you to clean my house.
Well,
But
he
anyway-
literally he's like, are you just going to be a nagging wife? And she's like, oh, is that what are you bored of me? Is that what you think? Is this
Day-
is our
day
wedding?
one.
Is our marriage
Took no time at
doomed?
all.
I was like, God damn.
They start off on the right.
How long have you guys
foot.
known each other? Like 2 weeks? I'm very confused.
Sounds like it. But then he gets
a
called
wedding,
to go back.
actually.
Right? Yeah, that was impromptu.
It
Very.
was an
They were
arranged
there for.
marriage.
They were there for somebody
Yeah.
else's wedding. They canceled. Like somebody's got to get married. We already paid for everything. But then husband man, because that's his name now. He gets called to work, which is casually, hey dude, they're doing some kind of nuclear test. We need to go you into space right fucking now. Be here.
Why
in an
are you
hour.
going to space?
I don't know.
There's
I don't
some
even know what this guy
nuclear-
does.
There are some nuclear tests being done in the Middle East. We need to send you to space. But that's not the Middle East. Probably should send me on a plane to where the...
Yeah.
I'm very
And
confused.
she's trying to talk him out of answering it, and he opens this little suitcase, and the only thing is in there is this little thing right
He pulls
in
out
the
like the
middle.
4.5 foot long antenna.
Yeah.
I know. Like, let's get this.
It's literally making that radio like a Geiger counter noise. Like, let me put this up to my ear. Hello?
There's
I feel
Like
like
light coming out
Austin
of the other side
Powers
of his
answering
head.
the phone and the
Yeah.
antenna's 12 feet long. Yeah.
I feel like this is like a rip off of like the Science Patrol from Ultraman.
I
But
could
he
see
doesn't have
that,
like the
yeah.
cool badge communicator. He can just like put the little antenna up.
Budget
Dude, it goes
cuts.
into his nose. He's
Budget
like,
cuts.
yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I can smell the radio wave.
I can smell my brain
so-
melting.
Does anybody else taste copper? So fuck. So wedding night's canceled. Husband.
No, the
man
wedding
goes
already
to the-
happened.
Oh, no,
This
sorry.
is
The,
the
wedding
honeymoon.
night, though. Like
The
the
wedding
sex,
night.
the honeymoon's
honeymoon.
not happening.
Yeah.
But apparently, it's her dad. It's the wife's dad that he works with.
Sure.
He's like, all right, we're gonna need him for 2 days because there's nobody else in the entire world
No
we can
one.
call. No one.
He's
so we're
the
gonna ruin
master.
his fucking wedding night, but we're gonna give him 2 weeks off afterwards.
Did you say they're sending him?
What
to
a, what a
space for 2
trade-off,
days?
though. If you survive
days.
space for 2 days,
How do you get up there
you get 2 weeks off.
I don't know.
and find something in 2 days?
They
Come
got it
back.
figured out.
Like,
They did the math.
They mathed
He
it.
goes to space, somehow witnesses all of this stuff plain as day. The weakest fucking nuke ever.
I
takes
was,
forever.
can
It
I
looked like
just
somebody
say,
like-
I was so confused by what was actually
Right?
happening here. Because I after watching the movie, I literally went through the Wikipedia plot synopsis and like I'm reading, I'm like, I didn't get any of this. I didn't understand why he went to space.
Yep.
Like it just made no sense because so from what I read was that this was at the original story was supposed to be that Yongary came from space.
Yeah, he was
And
a
that-
single-celled microorganism.
And that
Oh,
when he goes to space, Yongary attaches to the capsule when he comes to Earth. Like that's what releases this creature and blah blah blah. And it's like I feel like they filmed the space elements and went. Hopefully, no one will realize that the space shit doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, because it like that I think was the like you said was the original idea, but he ends up just going to space, somehow perfectly witnesses this nuclear blast from Earth, like an Earth perspective while he's in space, and then there's like earthquake, ground opens up, and I guess we're supposed to imply in this movie that releases Yongary because you don't see anything.
Also,
Just
do
the ground
earthquakes
opens
just
up.
travel like that. Like oh, the earthquake is
Listen.
traveling towards us, and it's like what?
We covered
I'm not a
another movie that did this.
seismologist. I don't know.
We covered another movie that did this exact same plot line, but they did it way better. It's called
Hmm.
Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla because Anguirus was burrowing underground. Well, no, he wasn't. Sorry, no, it was Mechagodzilla was underground moving, and it's like there's a moving epicenter, but when it goes for it, and then it
Okay, yeah, that doesn't
came out of the
make
mountain.
sense.
Yeah, but like I said, but still, it's just like the nuke. I'm assuming the nuke woke up Yongary. I don't know why he was in the Middle East. Maybe he was vacationing there. I don't fucking know.
Especially when he's
But
a
it opened up
Korean
the
legend.
ground. Yeah, and then he just like it opens the ground and he just stays underground. He never emerges, just stays
Nope.
underground.
he went to a place that had a bunch of oil and
That's true.
Oh,
he does
that's
like
good.
oil. He's in the
Yeah, he
right
does
spot.
like
yeah,
Ah,
that's a good idea.
Should've
he
caught
drinks
up
that
on
oil
that.
and gasoline.
I didn't know
Dude,
that's
that's
what he
weird.
did. I didn't know that was his
Pissed the US
thing.
Man
Yeah.
likes oil.
What's he drinking?
But then that's we hear about the earthquake moving, the epicenter moving toward Korea, and the capsule ends up they recover the capsule. The husband dude's fine. They have this brief stint where he loses radio communication, but nothing comes of it.
And everybody
Literally
freaks out.
nothing.
I can't get in touch with my husband.
He'll be fine.
Oh my god, them
And-
showing that freaking room and then her reacting every 2 seconds, like, oh,
Can't you do something? Well, what do you want us to do?
He's literally sitting there with a cigarette. I love that everyone's smoking in this movie. Everybody's sitting there and is like, what do you want me to do? I have a headset on.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a screen.
Yeah.
Like, what do you like?
There-
Do you want me to like flap there like Superman, just rescue his ass?
There's a-
Like, we don't know
There's
where he
a great
is.
shot. There's a great shot of what you're talking about. It's where the one scientist is like one of the dad dudes is like smoking, and the one little kid's there
Smoking
and just
from back
blows it
of his
right
head.
in his fucking face.
I was so
That's
hoping that you would have mentioned that because I was like, he is just blatantly blowing all that smoke into the back of this kid's head.
That's
like
fucking
going to a
karma for
relative's
him
house.
blasting people with a cancer ray. He's getting
That is
paid
true.
back
I know.
for
That's true.
that secondhand
here's my-
smoke.
The kid's name in this is called Icho.
Yeah.
He's like,
Mhm.
here's my cancer ray, bitch, and just like sprays in his face. Secondhand, long term.
Which
Anyway.
you can't
Anybody yet.
not know the
Nah.
kid's name because they yell it out for
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Why?
kept
Icho.
hearing
God.
it. Yeah.
God.
Sarah
You
Harding.
know, we had this long like slew of meetings of what to do about the earthquake when the earthquake gets here, whatever, since that's all they know of it at this
Yeah.
point. Then we get somewhere outside of like Seoul, but it's in Korea. It's where there's like a photographer's there, and like the ground opens up, and you just kind of like see Yongary's back, and you
Mhm.
don't ever see the guy get like a clear shot of it, but somehow he gets a clear shot of
He
it.
gets a beautiful
cuts
shot
to-
of it. It's wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he starts driving away in his Jeep, and just magically flies off the road.
Is that the car
Dude,
that
like, it's
sets on
not-
fire and tumbles?
Yeah, he's like
How did he
driving. and It's not even
survive?
like that's what I want to know. There's not even a shot where he gets like close to the road. It's just like him driving first perspective, and then suddenly he shoots off.
Dude,
the road.
all
It was like
I
a
remember
fucking Tesla hitting a shopping cart, dude. Like it fucking tapped the edge of the road and just combusted.
all I remember is I turn away for like half a second, it felt like, and I look up and I just see this little miniature car tumbling down,
the exact same
engulfed in
thing.
flames. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
I had to
I
rewind,
rewound
it,
it.
and there's no
Yeah.
answer. It's just whoop.
But yet,
He
this
just
man
happens.
lives.
And then like the next
for
scene,
him.
it, like cuts to this dude. This guy we found this
Covered in
guy. He
blood.
needs to talk to you. Covered in blood. I was like, did they not give him medical help on the way? Like, did they not? We got to get him to
He's
a
like,
hospital.
Please look at these, and collapses. But yet the camera
Yeah, I was
perfectly
there.
lands on the table, and everyone just stares at this man dying on the ground.
Somebody should clean that up. Let's
Somebody
look at the camera.
That blood's gonna
should've
stain the
walked-
floor. You probably should mop that up.
He should have walked in looking like when a Looney Tunes character like blows up with a bomb, like the hair blown back, just like soot
Yeah.
all over, clothes torn up.
Or it's just a skeleton.
Just holding the camera.
That was his dying breath.
For dude, oh
Look
my
at this
god,
camera.
I cannot. Skeletor, look at my camera. I took very
Till we meet
pictures.
again, He-Man.
Come forth, Beast Man.
Fucking shit.
Uh,
Jeez.
Now we really, really, really need to do Teenagers from Outer Space so bad. Fucking love that
Yes.
movie. Best skeletons in films. All right, so where are we at? That happens. Then they just talk about like, what is it? It's a monster, whatever. And then Yongary just like shows up like 2 seconds later. There's not
Yep.
really much like dwelling on this.
No.
It's just like
Yeah.
Earth cracks open. Here he is. Hello.
Isn't this where they? Is it before or after this where he's talking about? He wants the whole town evacuated
Yeah,
in
this is-
24 hours.
Yeah, I think this after they see
I'm
that, and
like-
it's things like we like yeah.
You should have already been doing this. You're not
Yeah.
going to get your whole town evacuated
He's
in
like-
24 hours. They're going to be half dead.
I don't know what we're supposed to do. We can't stop an earthquake, so we just need to prepare. I just don't understand. If I'm in this room trying to plan on like how I'm supposed to stop this, like what? What are we even talking about? It's an earthquake. Like, are we supposed to like sprinkle some shit in the ground and hope it like chills out? Like, I found some really strong cocaine. Maybe if we sprinkle it in the cracks, it'll just prevent it. It's like, oh, earthquake.
If only
prevention.
they knew. If only they knew.
You need to stop giving Charles Band movie ideas. He's gonna make fucking Crack Quake or something here in a second. You need to quit now.
God, no. Is he on social media? Tag him. Crack Quake.
Crack Quake.
Please.
The ideas we come up with on the Monster Zone.
Someone decides to develop a subterranean
It's-
methamphetamine lab.
Hire
And it
us,
falls
Charles
into the
Sands.
earth.
It's soil.
Oh my god!
Get a Polonia on this. Put Mark Polonia behind the camera. He'll make it happen.
What is the movie where the world separates in half?
Well, that
It's like in
was,
the
I don't know that
50s.
one.
That was Pangea.
Fuck, Mom.
That was
No.
Okay,
Dinosaurs.
no, that actually happened.
It's,
Oh.
it's a
real.
movie. Yeah, there were a movie. No, it wasn't. It was a fucking movie. It never happened. Crack in the earth. No,
Oh,
holy
okay.
shit. We'll remake it and we'll call it
But it's
Crack in the Earth.
crack.
It's
I
a
get it.
subterranean crack lab. that falls into the Earth's core and causes the planet to start breaking apart, cracking the Earth.
There it is.
Patent pending. Don't take my
Patent
idea.
pending. Trademark.
Trademark.
TM.
TM.
Yeah.
You better start applying for it right now.
I'm working at it. I'll work at it. Yongary shows up outside. I'm assuming Seoul. Did they mention that this is Seoul that gets attacked?
I think so.
I feel like
Yeah,
this is
it's Seoul.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's like Tokyo always gets attacked. It
Yeah,
has to be
exactly.
Seoul, right?
Yeah, if it's got to be Tokyo, it's got to be Seoul.
Yongary just rolls up, and the one dude's like, "Listen, there's a monster in town. You should probably put a few tanks over there." And then like these that's literally how he says it. Like, you probably should send a couple tanks. Tanks show up. I will admit though, the destruction of these tanks is actually pretty decent as far as these
I liked
movies
when they
go.
rolled around too. They looked really nice.
Oh yeah, that whole
Yeah, they
miniature
did.
set where you actually see like cars driving down the road and the tanks going by. It's really good.
The space shuttle looks cool. Like, looks good at the
Mhm.
beginning. The
Yeah.
buildings look good. And like
Yeah.
Yongary
Yeah.
just steps. I like when he steps on that first one because it steps and it explodes, and then it goes to the next scene pretty quickly, so you don't get time to like dwell on the
Mhm.
fact that it's a miniature. Just I think it's send the message the way it needed to. So props to them. And let's see, fucks up some tanks. We get the religious dude in the crowd. Repent, sinners!
Yeah.
Repent!
Oh,
There's
where they're
always
running-
one.
where everybody's carrying something.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be taking with them.
Yeah,
Like,
the dude's got like part of his fence. I think it's maybe his mat he sleeps on, but it looks like part of a fence. I'm like, what are
Yes.
you doing with that?
I love
the one
these
guy that's
extra
carrying the
run scenes.
painting.
Yeah.
like, dude,
I think they just had a collection of shit and they were just like just handing it out to the extras. Just make sure, you're running away from a giant monster. You got to evacuate. I love the people who are just sitting in their house, like casually listening or watching the TV about everything that's going on. And then as soon as they're like, the word evacuate is said, they're like, whoa, and
You
like
gotta get
run
outta
out.
here.
Like everything seemed fine before, but as soon as evacuate is said, get out.
The guy stuffs the infant into the bag and then like,
Not
We
even
laugh
thinking
about
it.
them grabbing useless shit, but I know for a fact that if this went down, Angela would be running out with an armful of Ghidorahs, just like saving everyone she
Not
could.
my Ghidorahs.
Not the Ghidorah collection.
you can put your alcohol into the Ghidorahs. So you get both of them.
Yeah, pop the tail
You
off.
gotta have alcohol in the post-apocalypse. Like,
That's true. It's a
something.
it's a
Hey, that helps you
commodity.
survive.
Commodity.
Yeah.
And plus it's a trade fodder. You can-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
expensive.
bartering, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
That's what one dude running around mannequins. Like, come on, let's go. I really wanted that in a shot. Where do you get those?
One under each arm.
Oh
Yep.
god.
But the repent sinners just makes me think of the movie. Like, I gotta watch the movie Sinners. Like, everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, everybody's hyping it up.
You're gonna take me.
Dude, everybody was even on my Magic podcast. Krim was like, I watched Sinners. It's fucking great. I'm like, I need to go watch Sinners. It's a sign.
Yeah.
Sure is.
This is my favorite. It's where you get the guys eating. I'm like, what are they gonna do
Oh,
about it?
yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here eating the monster. Fuck him, you know. Just
Yeah, I did all that on camera. I don't
down
care.
and shit.
That's fine.
Nobody's gonna get it, but it reminds me of Brandon used to eat.
Dude, he was literally a Hoover vacuum.
We had a friend, like he would just
No.
this is how he ate. Like he didn't stop. I didn't know if he would breathe. I thought he just
Like a
saved up
duck?
oxygen before food and
I
just
will
ate.
I
until-
will show you.
Oh, I
Dude
don't-
had his
Uh-oh.
he would have his
Uh-oh.
elbows. He would lay on the floor and eat cereal in the morning, but he would lay on the floor with his elbows on the floor
Prison
and
style. Yep.
over and just
That's what he did.
dude.
He did.
Do you even taste the food
Do
you're
you
eating?
even breathe? Like in between?
Yeah.
Like,
I think he respirates through his ears or his skin.
Mm.
I don't know. I was like, I would watch him eat. I was like, are you gonna choke? Do I need to like? I know the Heimlich
somebody use the
maneuver, I
check on
can
this
help you.
man.
Like I'm not shitting him because he was. We moved. I just lost contact with him. He was a really cool guy. He was like my best friend at the time. Brandon was cool as fuck.
He hated the sound of cotton balls. and
He
it was
did
great.
rubbing together, cotton balls rubbing
I get
together.
that. I get that.
And because he was we were poor as fuck. He was kind of from a middle class home. He had never experienced ramen noodles until I let him eat some.
That's an eye opener.
And I remember afterwards he just bought bought from a long time.
They were like
boxes of
17
ramen
cents a
noodles.
package. Like,
Yeah, he just bought like a box, like $1 or
It was
something.
his epiphany moment. He's like, these
Yeah.
are
literally the
They're
worst.
so
It's like
good.
one of the worst things you can consume if you think about it. But it's like it was
Nah, it
17
really is.
cents. I don't care.
I just
So
eat
good, though.
I ate some Maruchan yakisoba for lunch, and it was good, even though it was garbage, but it was good.
Hey, the dollar ones are the best so far that I've found.
That's
Don't eat the
premium.
rice though.
Listen, some of the
The
most garbage things for you are the best. It's
Yes.
delicious.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
But not
Damn
Liquid
right.
Death. It's really good for you. Please sponsor us.
Yes.
Yes. If you keep sending me the orange ones, I'll drink it. Liquid Death.
Yeah.
I want to try all the flavors.
You can sponsor both shows,
Yes.
not just this one. We'll drink it on both because Parker does. Parker's way ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm. It's on
Uh,
purpose. It's on
anyway.
purpose. It was planned.
He's
It's
planting
all-
the
it's all
seeds. He's
subtlety.
planting
Yeah,
the
that's
seeds.
right.
It just every time I take a sip, I don't know.
And she, I was gonna say, like she's got the logo like face.
Label, yes.
That was perfect.
Label out.
Oh.
Oh, that's great.
Hello?
And then the people in the bar, they get blitzed. Like I was like, these people are probably drunk and
Dude, they're
or probably
partying
on
it
some kind of
down.
substance.
They are throwing it down. Dude, they're like
Oh yeah.
flailing.
Yeah, it
The
reminds me of
Korean
this.
discotheque.
Oh my goodness.
It reminds me of the scene from the original Gamera. Parker hadn't seen this yet. The original Gamera. Remember where Gamera attacks the town and the people are partying in the bar, and Gamera just rips the roof off the bar they're in.
Yes.
And then there's people singing the Gamera song, and he just breathes fire into it and just kills all of them.
They were trying to get on his
Yeah,
good
you
side
sing a
too. It
song
just
to
didn't
me.
work.
You good, Parker?
Oh no, I just had a screaming child outside my room. So I had to tell them
Just-
I was
Just
wondering
making
why
sure.
you screamed hello.
You
and I
made a
was like,
face,
"Whoa."
and we were concerned.
it's because it got loud.
but- That's okay. That's okay. Where are the bar doers at? The bar doers. That's what they're called.
All I know is it was the
Uh,
one guy who got the beer poured on his head.
Yeah,
He just
he's
sat there through the whole thing. Like he didn't even react to it. He's praying at the bar. Because I'm guessing all these people are doing this because they think they're going to die.
I
So
assume
Fair
they're
enough.
just
Yeah,
kind
fair
of going
enough.
hog wild here. So.
not the best bar scene in a kaiju movie. That goes to Godzilla versus Hedorah. But
Oh, where they're all crazy.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
the fishies.
Somebody-
yeah,
Somebody's on-
save the fish people, save the earth.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Save the earth.
Damn right. But this is where Yongary keeps going through. He's just like blowing up random important structures. And then Ilu in like Icho, like he needs to go see him. Ilu's like, I need to see Gamera. Fuck.
Close
Yongary.
enough.
Same thing. Same thing.
Same.
He's like, I
thing.
need to He's like, I need to
Close
see him because I need to figure out how to stop him because nobody else is doing anything, right? There's like the usual send tanks, send bombs. Doesn't work. So they go out and go look at him, and pretty much they almost die trying to get over there. Like Yongary almost kills him because obviously you're running into like a kaiju destroying a fucking place. He's not going to give a shit about you.
And
And that's
just
when he
stand
picks
there
up the
and
little
watch
dude.
him. He's like
Yeah.
literally 5 feet away from these people, and they're just like, "What should we do?" And you're like, "Well, get the fuck out of there!" Is what you should do.
Yes.
That's when he picks up the little man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that little guy. That guy was terrified too. He was acting his ass off.
Mhm.
You know, I wish he would have ate him.
Yeah, you never see that.
He just kind of
You
flicks
barely
him.
ever do.
Yeah, but he just does. It's like when they took Godzilla eating the cow away in the original
Mhm.
Godzilla movie.
That's stupid.
They just didn't want him.
We'll,
They just didn't
we'll
want him
get
doing
that cow scene. We'll get it back one of these days.
It'll happen. They'll do a full fledged top to bottom remake, and that cow will be there. I
They'll
assure
do it
you.
Unabridged.
Yes, uncut Godzilla uncut.
Uncut.
The Italian
X.
colored version, rated X.
Oh,
Yeah.
Godzilla. Yeah.
yes. So they almost die. Whatever. The Yongary ends up in like an oil refinery because all these movies have an oil refinery in them. Always, almost always. And
How
you
did
find
the-
out he drinks.
How did the little boy get into the sewer? He was
Fuck, I don't know.
literally in the alleyway, and then like a split second later, they can't find him, and then he's in the sewer, like
Oh,
watching
because there's this
Yongary from
bushes on
the
the mountain.
Oh.
Yeah, and if you watch that shot where he like, there's that little like sewer lid like shutting,
Yeah,
and then like just before Yongary steps on it, it pops back open.
yeah.
It goes pew, and he goes, yeah, it's pretty cool. Just this tiny little thing. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I kind of like Ilu and his lady, and then like Icho gets separated, and he just like, I can live through the sewers like a little rat child, and like running on all fours and stuff.
He had every opportunity to walk along the little like service pathway, and he was just like
Great.
raw dogging that sewage, dude.
Nope,
like he
we're
was
just gonna run
swimming
through.
straight through it.
Delicious.
He comes back, he's just like covered head to toe. It's terrible.
Yeah, he's like, yay, this smells like shit, and he's like, splash.
Mm.
He's having a good time.
I've always dreamed of splashing in feces.
Ugh.
Mom wouldn't let
Mm.
me though.
Yeah.
That's the first, and the mom just straight up hugs him. Like I'd be like, "Oh, I'm glad you're back, son. Go take a shower."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw him in the
Well,
laundry.
just the entire kid
Yeah,
in the
toss
laundry,
his
the
ass
washing
in there.
machine, the whole fucking thing. Well, he follows essentially Yongary, who ends up in an oil field, and that's where we find out Yongary drinks gasoline.
Yeah.
And like just
Or oil.
gasoline,
They say oil in the
yeah, combustibles. And we get the Icho sees him drinking the gas, and then he hits some container. It explodes white stuff all over him.
He
And
gets
then
mad because the first one he drank is empty. He's like, oh, shit.
well, yeah, well, I'd be
Yeah,
pissed
they're
if it
giving
was
him
empty
empties.
too.
Nobody wants that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like, here, drink a beer, and there's nothing in it. Like, what the fuck, dude? And like Icho reports back to his uncle, like, hey, this stuff happened. Maybe whatever, we could just figure out a solution to it. And they go look. Then they go back all together because Yongary doesn't leave the oil field. He's just still here. And they go back, and like the guards won't let him in, but the guards repeat the same line of dialogue twice in a row. Did anybody else catch that?
No.
I did not. I wasn't
The
paying
guards
attention.
the guards like, you can't go in there. They're about to fire missiles at Yongary. ... So you can't go in there. They're about to fire missiles at Yongary. And I was like, did they just say the same thing twice? And sure as shit,
They
twice in a
For
row. It's like,
emphasis, they really
editing.
wanted them to understand.
yeah. So they wouldn't let him in. That's the long and short of it.
Yeah.
And Yongary eats fire too, like
Which
Gamera.
but we
Just
don't.
like
Yeah, but we don't
Gamera.
see him here. We don't see that until later.
Yeah, that's right. That's not till later. So I skipped ahead a bit in
He's
my
just
notes
busy dancing
because
around.
nothing happens.
Ah, man, I love his
They-
little dance.
So they yes, they do
No,
figure
he
out
starts
that,
like itching and shit. Yeah.
well,
But it looks like he's trying to dance at first because he's
Well-
not really touching
well,
anything.
when he hold
And
on,
I'm
'cause
like, wait a minute,
they-
is his stomach hurting or something?
they do the powder where he starts
Mhm.
itching himself, right? And they
Yeah.
find out that it was a precipitate of ammonia, is what he
Ammonia.
says, right?
Yeah,
We looked into this.
Because at first I called it cocaine. I was like, oh, it's just cocaine.
We weren't far off.
from the crack quick.
We weren't far off. We looked into this. We're like, what is precipitate of ammonia? Like, apparently it's used in something to do with separating proteins. And then ammonia is used in the production and recovery of oil for oil production. And it's also used in ammonia refrigeration in oil fields. So this is all legit stuff. Like, this actually
Wow.
lines up and makes sense. It's not just bullshit thrown up. However,
We did some research.
because it's all like white and powdery, whatever, ammonia and hydrous ammonia is used in methamphetamine in production.
Well, we got there.
Meth.
So,
is
Killed
weak to
Yongary.
meth.
Yongary is a walking meth lab.
Well, he's weak to meth. So like,
Oh,
who
true.
would have
Aren't we all?
thought?
Aren't we all?
Yes. It just gets a hold on you. Don't know how to let go.
It slowly
But,
kills you. No, it makes sense.
I just want a knockoff version. It's called Methosaurus.
Methosaurus. I would double feature that with Gonjosaurus Rex any day.
God, yes. What is Gonjosaurus Rex a movie? Please tell me it's a real movie.
Oh, you haven't seen Gonjosaurus Rex?
no,
Oh,
no.
you'll love it. You will love it.
Nah,
It is.
I'll have to watch
It is
it.
a film.
To make no. So if Gonjosaurus already exists,
Mhm.
hold on, we'd have to name this the follow up or the knockoff Methiguanodon.
Methaclonidon.
So it's not exactly on the nose.
We've also got Notzilla. If you've seen that one,
Yes.
he's beer. He loves beer in that one. Love Notzilla.
I have not seen that, but I'm aware of that.
He's a
film.
heavy drinker.
So they figure this out, and then they end up. How do they get it on him initially? Is this when
The
they do the
helicopter.
helicopter thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did
'Cause they
like
do
a
it
crop
twice.
duster.
Yeah, it's the same thing 2 times. Yeah.
Like I said, they do the meth first. It's
It's
fucking
meth.
They do meth. They do the meth first
They're just
time.
flying in a helicopter with a big spoon and a second helicopter with a big flamethrower. They heat the meth up.
Yeah, that's it. And they sprinkle it on him. And Yongary, they use the fire to bait him. This is when they talk about they
Yes.
light the thing on fire and he eats it, which is just Gamera.
I
And
love you
then
can see the
just
pipe
Gamera.
in the back of its mouth when it
Yes,
shoots the
just
fire.
like
It's so
Gamera.
good.
Just like Gamera. Gamera at least tries to hide it a little better than this
I
movie.
guess
This
it makes
movie's just
sense
like,
because Marase did like the suit design for both, so I guess he's like a big fan of pipes. What's wrong with that?
nothing wrong at all, apparently. Nothing at all.
We have pipes
Nothing
and meth
at
right
all.
now, so
No,
Yeah.
I get no subtlety or suggestive anything in this movie.
Nothing.
Yeah, but when he
Nothing.
soaks up the fire and they just do the reverse shot
that
of him
reverse
doing it.
shot.
I think it's so
Love it.
good. Do we
Yeah, they
see
do it
the
in the Gamera
laser
movies
horn
too.
yet?
We did, I think. I think
can't
we did
remember.
already.
Where it like
'Cause we're the-
glows and then it shoots a laser.
Hang
And I
on.
went, did he just shoot a laser out of his nose?
No, that's coming soon. That's coming soon. No,
sorry.
that's not happened yet.
I rushed.
No,
it.
no, you're
Gauss-like
good.
Move.
We jump around all over. So this is where they trick him with that, and then they dope him essentially. It's like the dude's. It's like you're at a buffet and somebody throws fentanyl on you. Like, whoosh-ah, surprise pocket fentanyl.
Pocket fit.
That will just knock
That's
you out.
not
That
where
could
I
kill
thought that
you.
was going.
I didn't either until I started talking.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god!
Thank
Not
you,
the
Mikey.
pocket
Thank you for
fit.
backing me up on that.
I got you on that one.
But we so he gets and it starts like itching or whatever and falling over, and like we got the bitch, but it's not refined good enough. So they got to really cook,
so he says it's
get the
temporary.
recipe.
My favorite though is when the general is shaking everybody's hand. He's like, "Yes, I knew the missiles would work." Oh yes, the missile. Like that's not how you congratulate everybody. Like that's such a weird dialogue. Like, it'd be like, "Yes, the missiles they worked. Yes, congratulations. I knew the missiles would work." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I was really confident in my decision about the missiles. Really
What
confident.
about the powdered sugar they sprinkled on him? No
They
correlation.
didn't even
at
know
all. It's
about
all
that.
in the-
Also,
I know.
another thing that I've mentioned before, especially I think when we talked about Return of Godzilla, do they have like a camera in every part of the city where they can get a perfect shot of Yongary doing whatever the hell he's doing the whole time?
And nobody comments on it because they see him doing the thing when they put the shit on him, and nobody says like that's weird.
Hey, what's going on? Why is he covered in white shit, itching himself?
Was he glazed?
Yeah.
And he just falls over.
He looks
They're
like
"Yay,
Scarface.
We got him. Yeah, right.
Tony
Say,
Montana.
"My little friend."
Now a powdered donut.
That's the meth could have given him a new superpower. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a minute. But so essentially, he's like, they think he's dead. He's just like, he's comatose. He didn't quite OD,
Except
but
for
he
the
had a little
people
more
who
than he
put the
probably
shit
should.
on him. They're like, this is
they
only
knew
temporary.
that
He's going to
wasn't
wake
enough.
up.
Yes. So the kid goes there
So
and
random.
decides, hey, I'm a dipshit.
It's just
I'm going to
such a
shoot him with the
random scene.
cancer ray.
Yeah.
Why he sneaks out of the
It's-
room
this
while
kid-
everybody's asleep, and he's behind the scientist, and he just like sneaks out, like nobody hears him, sees him, nothing.
This
Cancer
scene is
blast.
so
Phew.
random.
Yeah,
It's so random that this scene is included. The fact that he shoots the thing with the cancer ray, and then Yongary just gets up and starts dancing. He's like, Yongary dancing, yeah. And I was like, what the hell?
This is-
He's having his Kenny moment.
yeah, dude. And like, these kids is why we got Kenny's, and they are the biggest problem with the Showa Gamera franchise. The biggest.
I
Because
love
it's
'em.
so, like, I know that's for kids. Like it's marketed towards children, and this was the big way for kaiju movies because Godzilla started getting lighthearted, and then this was their biggest audience. So like, let's lean into it. But God, it's so fucking stupid. It just kills me. This is where my criticism for kid actors comes from. It's these movies. So there
I
you
don't
go.
think this
There's
kid was the
origin.
worst actor. I think he was fine, but it was just
It doesn't help
the
when they're
way it was
dubbed on
written.
top of
oh
it,
yeah,
too.
the dubbing
Oh,
for the
yeah.
kid was not good.
So it's
The
like
kid's a piece
2
of
layers of
shit.
child acting.
Oh my
Well,
god, camera, Jesus Christ. Yongary just starts dancing, and I was like, oh, I understand. It's a kid. I can't be too hard on the dubbing because he's just reading a paper with the lines.
I'm getting my timelines mixed up. Was this post Godzilla doing his funny little dance? Is that the inspiration?
This is post, yes.
Okay,
And
thought
it-
so. So they saw him
admittedly,
do that.
Ifukube was very against it as well.
He was.
hated
He was not
that.
a fan of the funny little dance.
I still love the funny dance,
I agree.
but I'm just saying
when he
he's
does
against
his
it.
roar every time he jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where he does the little dance thing. Yeah, when he after they invasion of the Astro Monster after they
Yeah,
beat
okay.
Ghidorah the first time. But
So when are we
anyway,
gonna get the
I always remember that was-
Yongary like Godzilla dance off like a I can't think. What's that fucking dance movie called? Bring It On, like a Bring It On style, like
Yeah.
fucking
And-
Godzilla versus Yongary.
And Gamera can do the music, like when he played
Mhm.
his theme song on Zigra's corpse
Yeah.
at the end of like
The coldest thing he could possibly do to a dead octopus.
no shark.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Virus.
No, you're good. Yeah, Virus is. Listen, the one thing
He's-
about these movies is they make them kid friendly, but they try to the worst way possible to murder these monsters
Every
Like,
time.
the fucking worst. Like Godzilla's movies have nothing. Well, I mean, you remember Barugan, he like pulls him into a lake and drowns his ass.
Didn't he
Have
tear
fun,
his tongue
buddy.
off too?
Something like that. It's fucking
Man.
brutal, dude. But yeah. So they do the day dance together. And we get this is where we get Yongary continues his attack on town. This is where we get the Jeep shot. Where we get that really weird composite shot of the Jeep driving like in between its legs, but Yongary is just bright yellow for some reason in the shot. And then he does the horn laser, and again the Gauss similarities, which was
very Gaussy.
Came out the same year, I believe, or the year prior. No, it had to be the same year.
Murase did design Gauss as well, or did the sculptures for him at least.
Yeah, Gauss is way fucking cooler. But anyway,
yeah, he's so fucking cool.
Gauss is fucking badass. So it cuts the Jeep in half, but I think it was supposed to fall the other direction because you see the wheel that's supposed to be in the center part of it to keep it from like fully. Yeah, it's a weird shot. They're like, just keep it. Fine. We don't have any
looks
readers.
Cool.
We don't have
it worked out.
It does. It's like we don't have another Jeep to cut in half. Like, sure you do. Got all those American surplus vehicles over there. Just cut another one in half. Fuck it. And I really focused on that Jeep for a while, didn't I? oh yeah. This is where he starts making his way towards the double bridges, and he gets attacked by jets. And like Yongary has like no effort in killing these they're taking out these jets because the jet just kind of like starts flying towards him. And he's just like, and then just takes it out.
That's
like,
my favorite. Just nonchalantly just slaps it out of the air.
Yep, and then uses his horn laser to cut one in half because you got.
Which is a cool shot. I love that shot.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
When we cover
awesome.
When we cover Gamera versus Gauss, great
whole movie is just that.
Best shit like that, dude. The bullshit way they managed to fucking think of how to kill Gauss topples any movie ever. I fucking swear.
The blood pool. I love it.
They make a giant bird feeder full of blood to get him on it because he's a vampire and make it go really fast to disorient him and keep him from flying because he can't live in the sunlight because it kills him.
He's a vampire.
And he can't turn his head. Gauss cannot rotate his neck because it's forked. That's how we're
much like Batman when Michael Keaton played him. He has to turn his shoulders.
This is where Michael Keaton got the inspiration.
First performance, yeah.
It wasn't because the costume just made it so he couldn't turn.
It was a conscious choice.
But Gauss's design is actually a conscious choice because his spinal column is forked and his beam that cuts stuff is compressed sound. And it's supposed to be
so
like a tuning
cool.
fork.
It's
Gauss. So fucking like the bullshit they think of in Gamera movies has the coolest kaiju like logic ever, but it's such bullshit. Anyway, Yongary, he blows up a bridge. Sorry, he blows up jets. He blows up a bridge, goes to the other bridge, has people running on it. Then nobody like sees Yongary. Everybody's like looking this way, and they suddenly turn around. He's like 5 feet from him. Like shit, he's right
Snuck
here.
Right up on him
the whole time. And this is when they're like, we're gonna get him, and they just do some more cocaine. Like, here you go, bud. We'll give you a good dose. They had to change the LD on it.
Yep.
And they just like laced him up good. Didn't you say it looked weird? Like it first looked like it was coming out of a pepper shaker.
Yeah, it looked like pepper at first because it was dark.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like
a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got excited because he thought it was a seasoning.
He's like, oh, I'm getting seasoned. And then like, oh, my notes, they're gone.
Uh-oh.
Yongary gets sprinkled with the delicious methamphetamine seasoning and starts like flailing about, falls over halfway in the water and just dies from rectal bleeding.
Dude,
I was so surprised
like a
by this
snuff
shot.
film. It's so evil.
I actually looked up to see if rectal bleeding was an overdose, like having to be overdosed on methamphetamine. I couldn't find that.
That
would have been
weird
hilarious.
Google.
You're on the list now for sure.
Whenever
somebody's gonna come to our house in the next few days, like, we need to see your search history.
I looked up methamphetamine overdose, and the first subject I got was a helpline.
Understandable.
I was like,
they're probably worried that you're overdosing.
They probably were. I was like, I just want the symptoms. I mean, do you bleed out your pooper?
Listen,
like, no.
I just want to put a PSA out there. If you are addicted to meth or any other drug, please seek help.
And please let us know if you get anal bleeding from that. We'd like to know for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because What did you remember the Ultraman episode with the infamous meme "aim for his anus"?
Man, I know I've seen it, but I can't remember. I know
can't
the
remember the
clip.
fucking. I know, but so there is an episode of Ultraman. This I don't know why this makes me think of this. It's with Skydon or Gavin. It's Gavadon, I think. They shoot a rocket into his ass, and they're
As you
trying to
do.
get the monster to take off, and it doesn't work. I don't know why. I just thought of that. Rectal breach. But no, and then there's like some stuff after the credits where like everybody's like, "Yay, whatever," and everybody's happy, but it doesn't really fucking matter. Everybody's like,
And
"Well,
Icho's just like, why'd we have to kill him? He was just having
Yeah,
he was having fun.
And they even agree with him, like, yeah, he probably didn't mean to do what he did, but we had to ice the
anyway.
bitch. And he's like, okay. But apparently, I was reading this, I don't know if this is true, in the original South Korean cut, because it's, again, semi-lost,
Mhm.
apparently the idea was he wasn't dead. And that's why some of the shots, you could see a rocket in the background, is they were going to do like they did with Gamera at the end of the original Gamera
Launch
movie.
him
They
into
put him in the
space.
rocket, launch him in outer space. Because the kid didn't want him to die. And like, well, we'll just send you off into space so you could just die out there away from us.
Yep.
But that's pretty much the movie.
Well, I mean, the funny thing was that we didn't get a immediate the end after he dies. It goes
I
to
thought we
another thing where they're like being honored with stopping him, and they ask the kid a bunch of questions, and he's like, "I understand why we had to kill him, but he was just, he was just trying to find food. He was just being he was just bigger than everybody else.
Big lizard.
So, yeah. So,
Yep.
but which is always surprising.
Just like Ape.
Yeah, exactly.
They fucked Ape up and just ended it right there. I was expecting that.
Well, that's a lot of
That'd
the
be
American
cool.
monster movies. It's like literally they defeat the creature at hand, and then it's like the end. You're like, oh, all right.
Dude, I forgot until I rewatched it recently. That's how Frankenstein ends. They just like crush his ass, and then it's like the end. Like there's no like come down from that movie.
No, I agree 100%. So now that we're done, Parker.
Yeah.
What did you think of the movie?
I thought this was fun. This was a good time. Like I said, it's very similar to what what I've seen before, when it comes to like Godzilla, even the couple of Gamera movies I've seen, like it feels very similar. And even other monster movies, clearly monster movies as they kept going just took inspiration from these. And, it was a good time. It was very simple. The characters are all pretty likable. Like I said, I didn't even hate the kid. I just thought some of the decisions they put him in were kind of stupid, but I thought the suit looked really good. I liked the effects. The miniatures were fantastic. It's your atypical monster movie, but it's still like even with as simple as it was, I still had a good time. So definitely enjoyed myself. I definitely want to buy a better version of the movie though.
You should, if you can reasonably. I hope. I'm sure at some point somebody's gonna be like, we should 4K this, and that's going to be your opportunity. But yeah, what about you,
probably
Mr.
Arrow?
Arrow, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, about the same. It's familiar. It's well executed. It's unoriginal, but that's okay because it's just kind of cozy. It's got a warm atmosphere to it. I cry every time when Yongary shits blood and dies, but what can you do? That happens to us all eventually.
It's a horrible way
circle of life. It catches up with you. But no, it's a great rewatch. It's probably been over the years, probably like a dozen times I've just had this on in the background. It's just comfortable.
That's fair.
What about you?
I told Dan, I said, Yongary was just trying to find his glasses. He couldn't see. So that's why he was crushing buildings, and he just wanted a hug and some food.
Yep.
Well, he did find the kid to dance with.
Yep.
Yeah, he just wanted a friend.
Well, he picked that guy up. He's like, this isn't my glasses, and just threw him down.
Thought it was a contact lens.
Yeah.
It's just funny some of the times when he's walking, his arms were like way, way out. I was like, he just hug.
He does.
Justice for Yongary. He didn't deserve to.
Yep, justice for Yongary. Hashtag justice for Yongary.
I still like the movie though.
We'll make a sequel movie, but we'll come back. He'll be wearing a diaper for the first part of it until his anal hemorrhage gets fixed.
He came prepared.
He's got hemorrhoids now.
I like monster kaiju size depends.
Oh, you ever seen Big Man Japan?
I have not. I'm aware of it.
I think I've heard of it and I've seen clips of it. And
there's a joke
terrifying.
that would work really well with a monster size depends, and that's a fun one. That's a good movie.
It's all my thing. I don't know if I got a lot of SR. I don't. They didn't do it though. SRS didn't do
I'm not
one,
sure. I don't have a copy. I need to get one. So I don't know who put it out.
Yeah, I know quite a few people did. Go ahead.
Oh no, there was an episode of It's a horror-based show that was on AMC or on Shudder. I can't remember the show. It's a newer one. It came out, I think, early or late last year. And one of the episodes was all about like monster movies. And they actually show clips of that and talk about that movie and just how absolutely bonkers it is.
It is.
So
there's a few of those. There was a time in the late 2000s where they just started doing these comedy reboots of like toku shows, and you started getting a lot of them. Like there was like the kaiju stuff, but it was like jokey and funny. Like they did I'm gonna start spouting off shit that probably a lot of people don't know, but like there was an old Uchu Daikaiju Gilala, the X from outer space, the giant space chicken, really weird jazzy late 60s early 70s giant monster movie. I think it was a Katakawa production, or it's a I can't remember who made that.
I've got the Criterion box. Shochiku.
I have.
Shochiku.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. But they did a reboot of that in the late 2000s. It was what Monster X Attacks the G8 Summit or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's just a huge fucking comedy. And then they did like a Zaborgar reboot. It's like really weirdly, oddly sexual. They did a Death Kappa, which is like weird Nazi BDSM shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I came here for kaiju, not this bullshit. However, the movie I referenced, and I do want to talk about this one day, it's a short. It's called the long black-haired giant monster Gahara.
I've meant to watch
fucking great. It's like 20-30 minutes. It's old school miniatures and shit like that. It was made like 2005, 2006. And like the way they try to beat it is all this, like, they have, of course, the military weapons or whatever. And it's a giant desk fan because it's a giant monster with really long black hair. Think of like what's the villain from The Ring?
Samara.
Oh, Sadako.
Samara. It's kind
of depending on which one.
Inspired by her long black hair and stuff like that. And there's an American guy that speaks really shitty Japanese in it. It's awesome. It's great. But there was this huge run of those, and I don't normally care for them, but Gohara is one I'd like to talk about. And then I don't know where I don't know where I was going with this, but that's just somewhere my brain connected those two and started talking about it. Big Man Japan. That was what it was.
Big Man Japan. Yeah.
Anyway.
What did you think about them?
What did you think about it?
I'm getting there. I haven't seen this in a while. And again, I did not realize how like it is about average for one of these films, especially with the quote unquote knockoffs. But I think the production values for the effects and even the suit, I would say is above like the Gamera par, like above average.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite as good as a Toho production, or at least like at the time Toho production, but I would say it's above average. It's an okay movie. I don't, again, my thing for the kids, but it's okay. It's fine. And like, I just hate when they put the kids in dumb situations where the kids end up doing stuff and like the parents, like, I don't know. It's when kids are portrayed in an unrealistic manner bothers me in movies. And I'm not saying the kids all need to be dumb and side characters. There can be good movies with good kids in them, like Super 8 and stuff like that. Like that I don't
Jurassic
care.
Park.
Like that Jurassic Park, like that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, it's fine. It's okay. Like I said, I'd say it's above the average production quality as a Gamera film, but I'd still probably watch the Gamera movies. But this has a special place in my heart just because all what I talked about previously. So, does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add at the end? We got to do the poster.
Yeah, we got to talk about the
posters.
posters.
That's it. So hold on. Time out. That's the end of the movie. Now posters. Unless anybody else has anything to add. All right, ready for poster time?
Yes.
Which poster are we doing?
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of posters, but they're all pretty similar.
They're all pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to, in the spirit of our friends over at B Action, we are going to be looking at the posters of the movie and seeing if the movie matches the poster. So there's a bunch of different ones. Like I said, we have the cover, like the cover of my DVD. I think the cover of Mikey's
Different
DVD.
one.
They're different, and I don't know if your Blu-ray is your Blu-ray the Kino Lorber one.
It is. It's
Yeah,
the
I
same
think
one
it's
he
the same
has.
one.
So,
Yeah.
and then there's a bunch of there's the actual Korean posters, and there's a Japanese poster, and they're all similar. It's literally Yongary in the middle, using his fire, beam to destroy things. He's showing the lasers coming out of his horn, helicopter overhead. For me, 100% it matches the movie. You see everything that is happening on these posters, and of course, it's one of those atypical. It even shows the kid holding the cancer beam.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of
He's
course,
blasting it.
Yeah, and it's very atypical to most monster movie posters where you always have the humans on the bottom looking up and they're all huddled together like, ah. So for me, 100% this matches the movie. I think every single version, every single poster that they have is very similar, and it definitely, you're getting what you're seeing on the poster. What about you guys?
I don't know which one that is. I don't know which one that one is, but it's sweet.
I'll say same, but also a fun thing I'm noticing here. Dan mentioned that one weird composite where Yongary is like weirdly yellow. A lot of the Korean ones, he's kind of depicted as yellow. I don't know why that is.
I see that.
That's interesting.
Super 8 when he's pink.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I was just looking at.
Super pink.
He is pink as hell.
That was awesome.
I kind of wish he was like in a few of the Korean posters where he's like yellow with the red underneath. I think that would look a lot cooler than just like the atypical grayish blue.
Yeah,
whatever
kind of generic brown, green.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I like it a lot. It fits the tone. It doesn't advertise anything that's not there. Like you're not being misled, which is rare with monster movie posters.
And if they stuck with the canon that like, I mean, again, I know he's supposed to be like a space thing in the original one, but like if he was the yellowy sand color and he came from the Middle East, he would blend in.
Yeah, with
better
sand,
being
with
like
dirt,
that sand color on top. Yeah, I like it. I agree. I do. What about you, dear? Do you have any?
No, I agree 100%.
I think they look good.
I'm just trying to figure out what this is. What is that?
He's like shooting a chicken.
It looks like a.
But you know the one I'm talking, the one where he's over the building and the kid's got the ray and he's shooting this ray up to the sky. It's like hitting something.
This is not English.
Yeah, it's one of the
the Korean one. Yeah.
The original. I like that. It's my favorite poster.
That one's awesome. I like that he's using both his attacks.
Yeah, that is cool. Shows the rocket. Like he's
using his horn on an ostrich with 2 heads. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to blow it up, and I could not.
A jet. Has to be a jet. That is pretty. That is funny though.
It's wild. It's wild. I like it. I'm down with all of it.
All right.
Well, one of those guys from Joust, those little guys that you flap around on. Joust. He's blowing one of those out of the air.
Well, that was easy enough.
Yeah, that was simple.
All right. Well,
are we gonna spin that wheel?
Yeah.
Oh, gotta spin that wheel.
Yeah. We gotta spin.
Spin the wheel of monsters, baby.
That wheel. All right.
Okay. Oh, the Land Unknown would be sweet.
Give me.
What if we get double Korean movies back to back, dude?
Oh, what if we get Reptilian? Imagine that.
Oh, we could.
All right. I'll let you know when it's ready.
I haven't added that one yet.
What, Reptilian?
Have I?
Yeah, it's on the Yongary 1999.
Okay, I'm trying
to. Yeah.
All right, whenever you are ready, spin the wheel of monsters. I don't know why I said it like that.
Love that sound.
That works for me. Welcome to the world of tomorrow. Oh my god.
It was
close.
Fucking way.
It was
no
close.
Fucking way. God
it was close. Oh, son of a bitch.
We almost landed on the remake of this movie.
Oh my
Spin
god.
It
we're doing humanoids from the deep.
Which I do love. That is a good one. That one's fun.
I've never seen this movie, but I've heard things.
Yeah, you're gonna see things too.
That's why I picked it on the wheel. Figured it'd be a good controversial pick.
That's fun. I can't believe we almost got Yongary again.
How many? There's 2. So there is 2 humanoids from the deep. There is one from 1980, and then there's one from 1996.
I'm not familiar with the 1996 one. I assume that's when Corman was doing all those remakes.
1981 was
that's the one we're gonna be doing.
That one's classic.
This one's got Vic Morrow. Currently, you can stream it on all of. Oh, again, I gotta get out of there. Sorry. You can stream it currently on AMC Plus. It is on Plex, Prime Video, Screenbox, Shout Factory, and Tubi. So there's a lot of different ways you can watch Humanoids from the Deep. It is.
Make sure it's the uncut one.
This might be. Is this the first monster movie we've covered on the show that's from the 80s? I don't think we've ventured into the 80s. I think we've done 70s. It's like 77. I think was the latest we've done.
I think. Yeah. So probably. Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
Nifty.
It's I'm
down with it.
First for the show. I'm pretty pumped for Humanoids from the Deep.
And it's another one I happen to already have, so I don't have to spend any money, so that's nice.
Oh, I'm excited. Actually,
I'm going to watch it first.
Let me look at see what physical physical copy of this movie would be.
It shouldn't be much. Shout Factory put it out, and they've kept it in print the whole time. I think you can probably get it for like $10-15. I'm guessing. That's the DVD. The DVD's pretty good.
They did drop a 4K.
Ooh.
It's $40 though, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing that. So I think I
don't
might
think it's
spend
a $40 movie.
I think I'll be spending the $17.62 currently is what the Blu-ray cost right now.
It's
So,
worth that.
yeah, but like I said, it's literally streaming everywhere. So if you want to watch the movie before we cover it, yeah, there's a lot of places to watch it. So very excited for that.
All right. I think that is it for this episode this week, correct?
Yeah.
Sweet. So we appreciate you guys tuning in like always, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.